Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, heavyweight news, and it's a super shocker, baby. Listen, it's not good news though. Super shocker don't have to be good news. But Dillian Whyte, heavyweight contender and now WBC mandatory, was doped before his fight with Oscar Rivas, right? They found out he was doped on July 17th. The fight was on July 20th, which means that was ridiculous. You find out, you call the fight off. People are not thinking about things like, what if something would have happened to Oscar Rivas? Just like another boxer over the weekend, I forget his name, that should have, or whatever. Rest in peace. I want to do more about that, because his trainer, Buddy McGirt, stopped that fight because he was getting hit too much. Now, here's the thing. What if something happened to Oscar Rivas in that fight with Dillian Whyte being caught on drugs on the 17th and you still going through with the fight? People have to think about things like that. That's a lawsuit, right? Everyone knew. The promoter as well. Eddie Hearn and them, they knew. And they let it happen anyway. And he was caught with one or more drugs. Now, Dillian Whyte also has a history of being caught before, right? So we can forget that talk, the mandatory talk. They have got to do something about this. I'm going to come back and do more about this, but it's a shock. I want to get it done. I got a lot of things to do. Now, listen up. Now, I think the UK has to, say, they have to denounce Dillian Whyte right here. They just do, right? Because, Tyson Fury was dope too, and everybody's with him on it. You can't keep getting doped and everybody's still with you when you come back. Canelo Alvarez, doped, comes back and he's number one pound for pound right now. That's what we have to stop doing. Everyone, across the board, all over the place. The fighters that are not doped. Let's just talk heavyweight division. If your name ain't Deontay Wilder or Joseph Parker's only run-in with dope was he missed one piss test. He happened to be somewhere else, and they didn't know where he was. That happened to Joseph Parker. Nothing else. Not even anybody ever saying he's doped. Deontay Wilder, little skinny butt, never. No one ever says he was doped. He's never been doped. And the people fighting him, if it was Warwick trying to fight him, got doped. If it was Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz, got doped. Povetkin, doped, trying to fight Deontay Wilder. Little skinny old dude, and he don't even have the fans, worldwide fans that he should have, because he's the only one running around that's not doped. Right? Not the only one, but it's not him, Ruiz, and Joseph Parker. Now, Anthony Joshua, you can say, but Dillian Whyte keeps saying Anthony Joshua is on them TUEs, them therapeutic use exemptions, which means you can go in there and say, man, I got asthma. You can get some dope. He's saying that. Now, you don't think it's true? Well, do you think Eddie Hearn at Matchroom will let Dillian Whyte, right, accuse Anthony Joshua often without doing something about Dillian Whyte? He would say, hey, look, I'm going to put a muzzle on you, but I don't care if he's dope or not. You don't need to be saying it, right? The only reason I think Joshua's not dope because he looked obvious dope, right? And that's why he probably, I ain't got time to get doped because my body looks like I'm doped. Like when Shannon Briggs was doped, right? Shannon Briggs running around here acting a fool every time, let's go champ, and acting a damn fool and ripped at 48 years old or whatever. And then he turned out to be doped. That was dumb. You look dope. You shouldn't be, right? But here's all the boxers. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, Ortiz, everybody is doped. The few that are not need to get more fans. We need to be behind them, right? That's what's up. Now, this, next few hours when I come back about it, we're going to talk more about this. But I think that Dillian Whyte right now, shut up. You're not the mandatory. The WBC should be totally appalled. All this stuff, we made him the mandatory, right? Even though we mandated him to fight Ortiz before and he didn't. Now you get all these chances, right? All these chances. We can talk about it. Wait, what? Ortiz, when Deontay Wilder said fight him? Ortiz, when he was mandated by the WBC? Brazil, who was in front of him in the WBC rankings, in front of him, offered him to fight, didn't take that. IBF, he could have fought Hubert Pulev for the mandatory position at the IBF for Anthony Joshua, didn't want to go do that. He had a fight with Anthony Joshua on April 13th. He didn't like the negotiations. He didn't do that, right? Now you fight Oscar Rivas and you're dope for that. Now, Dillian Whyte, here's the thing. That's why I'm saying we're going to talk more about this, because Dillian Whyte is going to come out and start telling on people. That's why I got a feeling, because he's been saying it before. He's like, I know damn well y'all ain't going to come in here and talk about I'm dope. The reason why Jarrell Miller was doped against Anthony Joshua was because he was scared because Anthony Joshua was dope. He felt like I'm gonna get in the ring with a juiced fighter, so I got to get dope too. That's what he says about Jarrell Miller, who had all the dope into him. Now all these dope dudes I talked about, I didn't even mention the Dope Street Boys. Get what I did. Povetkin's a dope street boy. Ekon Tepper's a dope street boy. Tony Thompson, dope street boy. And now they got a new bodyguard with Jarrell Miller. He's at the door right now, but he can't get in. Right, he can just guard the door. He gonna get in a minute and also push up on the lead singer. We got dope street boys all over the place. Dillian Whyte is now a two-time doper, and unless he's exonerated because his A sample is done, his B sample, who knows? Because I'm telling you, his B sample gonna be done too because of the simple fact he had one or more. But we're going to slow our roll for a minute. As of right now, Dillian Whyte was doped for the Oscar Rivas fight, and his team knew about it 3 days before. What do you think? Dome Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.